All right, guys, today's Wake Up Barstool. The Masters are in the air and our entire office has transformed. We're going to preview it, get you ready for the big tournament. Plus, Dusty May, National Championship coach, stopping by. Dave Portnoy going to drop in the show as well. We got a baseball bonanza. We got Griff-Ins and out. We've got a great show planned for you today, and it all starts now on FS1.
Wow, great.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Wake Up Barstool Wednesday. Woo!
That's crazy how that worked out where you came back right as the slate dropped.
Yeah, Keith.
Great.
I ran, so I'm a little out of breath, guys. So, Konnor, start the show.
What's up, guys? Wake Up Barstool on FS1. First of all, T-Bob looks incredible right now.
Thank
you look
you.
like a true golf pro.
Dialed, ready to go,
Yeah.
guys. If there's one thing you've probably learned about me at this point, I love wearing costumes. Right?
You're a great chameleon.
I love wearing costumes. I love cosplaying as whatever the reason for the season is. And today, this week, we're golf guys. And, you work for a company like this. You got all this great gear. So, hell yeah, man. I'm ready to go. Liam, you had quite the golf experience last night, no?
Yeah, I did, man. I sure did. I'm not sure what you want me to say about that.
What do you make of that?
Yeah, we played Golf Survivor, man.
I don't.
It was fun.
After dark. Shout out Tate. Did a great stream last night. Golf Survivor.
I don't know
Liam.
if Tate did a great stream. Tate did a great last 2 minutes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Tate did a
yeah,
great
yeah.
last 2 minutes. But anyway, yeah. It looked like they screwed Liam out of it. Well, whatever. I don't want to go too inside Barstool at the top here. Basically, we're gonna be playing mini golf for a bunch of money.
$40,000.
Yeah.
Liam
Pretty
on Team
insane
Young.
stuff. It's
core.
it's the old guys versus the young guys. I think 35 is the cutoff.
Yeah.
I think to be team old, so a 37-year-old, I'm firmly there.
Oh, KB's on Team Young as well.
I know, KB. I mean, really pushing the definition of young there. KB, what are we looking at? Are you in your Jesus year?
I'm 33 years old.
Okay, we'll allow it. It's a great year, by the way. Enjoy it.
No. That biological clock is just pleading with me to reproduce. There's nothing left to give me excitement. I need to raise a child.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. We'll get there a bit later. T-Bob A-Bear, we got Ebo, we got Konnor Griffin, we got Liam Bluttman filling in. No Brandon Walker today. Masters Brandon in full effect.
Yes.
Nowhere to be found.
On the way to Augusta.
And Ebo, what a day for you.
Why is that, T-Bob?
Because we are starting the A block with an Ebo Major League Baseball bonanza. How about it, guys?
Let's go.
And we're going to start with Jorge Soler and Ronaldo Lopez last night, who got in one of the better baseball fights that you will ever see. And it was a story that was kind of built over time. But Soler starts the game with a 2-run shot off of Lopez. Here it is. Bang, setting the tone early, giving the Angels a 2-0 lead. Lopez not happy about this. Next time Soler comes up, what happens? Well, you're going to see. He beans him. Here it is right here. Is this...
Yeah.
What would you say, Ebo? Fair play to throw at him there?
I mean, on 1-2 pitch, he's coming inside. I think he's kind of challenging him there. I don't know if that's like a true going after a guy on 1-2. Now, this is the other pitch now.
And then
it
you
kind
get
of
to the
sets
pitch.
it off.
Same area, high and tight, goes past him. And then a weird thing, about 30 seconds pass, and then Soler starts to walk out.
What?
Yeah, it was a while before he came out there. And look at the haymakers being thrown.
Yeah.
We had a baseball punch thrown there as Lopez actually connected with Soler's helmet with the baseball in hand and throwing a haymaker.
Yeah, this is also an odd situation because Jorge Soler, World Series MVP for the Atlanta Braves, got some former teammates over there. So a little awkward to charge here maybe, but yeah, like you said, one of the better baseball fights, which the bar is very, very low for that. There are a lot of very bad baseball fights. I'd say 95% of baseball fights are bad. But yeah, we got some good shots in there. One of the first ever baseball to the dome in a punch I've ever seen.
Let me see if I can pause this at the right time. See, as you can see here, he's clearly got the baseball in hand.
To an illustrator.
Yep, punches are being thrown. No connection there.
That's
Look at
bad
the all-out
technique,
effort.
I'd say.
Dude.
Listen, if I'm no boxing expert, I'd say that's bad.
He goes for the overhand right, not looking where he's throwing, and then
Freeze it right there.
I tried. He gets hit with the counter, and look at Walt Weiss in there coming in with the form tackle, dude. The manager getting involved. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Oh wow, look at that. You can see it. He just whiffed. There's the baseball. Can I pull? Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the glove smack on the helmet.
Where's Weiss? Here he is. Watch. This is the Braves general manager. Watch here, right here. Just manager, excuse me. There you go. Look at the form tackle from Weiss, dude.
That's what makes the fight for me.
The only
This
thing
is
that
takedown.
this is a pretty perfect tackle. He's driving his feet. He's wrapped up. He's running through the tackle. Got to get your head up, though, guys. Any Little League football players that are head down, that's when you get in trouble. That's when you get hurt.
Now, I'd like KB's opinion on this because some people are saying Walt Weiss should go to Dagestan. He should train with Khabib. Is this good wrestling takedown? Is it more of a wrestling takedown than a form tackle there?
That's a good point.
It's baseball. It's a sport where you aren't allowed to do any. You can't grow facial hair on some teams. It's crazy that this is just. How often do people charge the mound?
Not very often. And typically when they do, it's not anything like this where there are actual legitimate, there's 5 or 6 punches being thrown back and forth. Like that never happens.
I don't even know if they're like punches or like cat claws.
Yeah,
There's a just takedown.
Yeah, it was pretty good double leg. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How many points is that, KB?
Now it's 3. Back in my day, it was 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Changing the wrestling score. Anyway, that was great. But that was kind of the maybe highlight of the night, Ebo. But what are some of the other stories that are bouncing around in the Bonanza?
Well, we'll get to it later, but the Dodgers are terrifying.
Yeah, well,
I on this show said they're not going to.
No surprise there.
I'm a bit terrified of the Dodgers. I feel bad for Blue Jays fans. Can I say that? Even though I'm an Orioles fan, I feel bad for Blue Jays fans.
Yeah,
they've just been going up to Toronto and tormenting the Blue Jays, even though the Blue Jays have just been doing everything they can to build an incredible roster.
Well, and to lose that Game 7 in the manner that they did when they had it won. I mean, that's one of those losses that you never recover from. That like you die and you're still thinking about.
And what they get in repayment, they come back 10 games in the season. They've been outscored 18-2 by the Dodgers.
So how about this? We're in Chicago. Cubs fans enter this season with a lot of hope. Shout out PCA, first home run of the night last night, but everything kind of drowned out by the Cade Horton news.
Yes.
It is now confirmed Cade Horton going to have season-ending elbow surgery. This is a guy who had Tommy John back in 2021, came back, dominated the College World Series the next year, had some shoulder issues in 24. Ebo, what does it mean for Horton that he's already had Tommy John and now something, they haven't said what, but it looks like something is going to be done with his UCL.
Now, I'm no doctor, T-Bob, but I would say as a pitcher, you don't want to have any sort of pitching injury or injury on your throwing arm because these things just kind of tend to compound, whether it be your back starting to overcompensate or your shoulder. So this is not good. And if you're early in your career, you could have a long time on the IL here. I don't know if I'm a Cubs fan. I'm very excited right now.
No. Is this even a okay? So for Horton specifically, is this a 1-year injury, or do you think this could even bleed into like maybe even past that, like no timeline type deal here?
Listen, with pitching, you never know. And we talked about it with Tom Verducci. You're going to see teams trending to having maybe 7 starting pitchers on the roster because pitching, the more we're maxing out the human body and the more guys throw hard and are throwing these crazy breaking balls, we're going to start seeing way more arm injuries the more we push the human body to its limits. So if I'm the Cubs, you better hope that your AAA depth is pretty good. Because this could be, like you said, a lingering issue. You don't know. You don't know what type of horizons you're working with arm injuries most of the time.
And last one, from the Cubs' perspective, what do you think this does to their ceiling? And this could be for anybody.
I mean, we'll see. All you got to do is get to the dance, and if they're in contention, maybe they make a move at the deadline. But, I mean, you want to have your frontline guy, and it's not good to have Cade Horton go down.
Yeah, in terms of getting to the dance, I was talking to some of the Cubs fans around this office, especially after the Bregman news and everything. I was like, dude, you got to be stoked about your lineup. There are some real heavy hitters in there, and almost all of them came back to me and were like, dude, I'm not even focused on the hitting. I'm focused on the pitching. And this rotation is going to be nasty. Come October, when you are maybe going up against the Dodgers, this is a 5 that could really compete. And then now, one of your aces just goes down this early into the season. What was it, 17 pitches?
Yeah.
And then he's done. So this is a real dagger, even though we're still very early on in April.
Yeah, baseball is a game of failure. It's also a game of heartbreak.
Yes.
However, can be a game of joy. And Konnor, how about your namesake? Konnor Griffin, what a start to the career for our guy KG.
Yeah, so he had the RBI double in his very first at bat against the Orioles. By the way, I should add, and he swept the Orioles in his first series.
Didn't.
He personally swept them.
Well, I mean, he
did.
was a part of the team.
He was a part of the team, but no. He had that great start. It was an electric moment. Ticket prices, I heard, were through the roof. Jerseys, you could not get a Konnor Griffin jersey at PNC Park. They ran out of the number 6. They couldn't even print the custom jersey. That's a true story.
It's an insane sentence to come out of your mouth.
That's a boots on the ground story.
They couldn't even flip the 9s upside down?
No. They could not print enough Konnor Griffin jerseys at PNC Park. It was a wild opening day.
They ran out of what?
They ran out of Konnor Griffin jerseys at PNC Park. I had a buddy who was there, and I said, get me a jersey. He said, dude, they ran out, and they can't even make them custom anymore. It's going to take a month because they ran out of the number 6, because that many people were asking for them. So Konnor Griffin, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hope. People were fired up on opening day. He did taper off after that, and for a second, I think he was batting like under 100. It was
I'm an honest guy. I looked in on his stats and was thinking this guy's hitting 450 just like we thought in spring training. It was .77.
Yes, .77.
First impressions matter, though.
Yes.
And the first impression was massive.
And we could give him some time. Last night, he was great. That was an insane play right there. It's a chopper to Manny Machado, beats it out, no problem.
Scored from first in that squib.
Yes, and then he also hit a ball into the gap that was like 113 miles per hour off the bat for another RBI. So he's a real-time, strong-time player with great speed. He's got all the tools in the world. And, he's just got to put together a little bit at the plate. But last night was a very reassuring sign that, give him some patience here. Cut him some slack. He's still very young. He's going to figure it out. But he's the man.
Small sample size, but it was very funny. I think MLB Network ran a graphic of the notable rookies and their stats, and the only one they could put up for him was seen 4.9 pitches per plate appearance.
Yeah.
Hey, patient
Small
hitter.
sample size.
Patient
But
Hey, since we're just talking about
not that patient.
since we were talking about the Cubs in the last topic, this weekend, who's playing the Cubs? It's the Pirates. They're in town at Wrigley. I will be there, and I will be fired up to see Konnor Griffin.
But will you have a Konnor Griffin jersey?
I have a jersey. That's the best I could do.
Sad.
Listen, it takes a long time to order jerseys these days. I'm on back stock. I'm not getting it for another month and a half.
But you didn't need to wait for him to get to the MLB and make his debut to get that jersey.
Yes, you did, because you didn't know what jersey number he wanted.
Oh,
Fair. Okay, fair.
Okay,
I think you could have
okay.
done some prep and figure it out. Maybe got a little inside info.
No, hopefully I get to
You're
meet
his
Konnor Griffin this
namesake.
weekend. We'll see. He's a great guy.
So not only did we start with baseball in the A block, but we started with the Angels. Let's revisit the Angels for a second. Jo Adell robbing the 3 home runs the other night. Fantastic moment. One of the best performances you'll ever see. And we can have that conversation about where's that rank. But we've all seen the picture, right?
Yes.
Have you heard the story behind the picture? Shout out to Kaylee Krause. She's a mother of 5. She's a diehard Angels fan. She was there with her 7-year-old son. They don't normally sit there, but before they go to one Angels game a week, she says it's her favorite thing to do. But before the game, they found tickets for $40 down there. And she's the one who ended up taking the picture in the stands. That is now the iconic picture of Adell after he goes over the fence, standing up with it, everybody going crazy, celebrating, one of the most pure sports photographs we have of this early 2026. Shout out to Kaylee Krause, dude. That's awesome. And here it is. She goes, and the whole reason they sat there is because they wanted to end up with a ball, and little did she know she was going to end up with way more.
Yeah. This was absurd, especially in a 1-0 game. Yeah. So she took that picture.
She took that picture. And how about this quote? Because sports fans I love the fans of teams that have given you no reason to continue to watch them. Like, those are the real ones when it comes to sports fandom. She said, quote, talking about the Angels, "We do get a lot of hate because everyone loves the Dodgers in California because they win." I'm like, one day we'll be winning, and you guys can't jump on our bandwagon. So shout out to Kaylee Krause. She's been with the Angels through thick and thin.
That's 3 robbed home runs. They get a fight at the mound later in the week. It's a really electric week for the Angels, even though, yes, it's not been so great for them as a whole in recent memory.
Shout out Jo Adell. A lot of people wrote him off. He was a high prospect. He's found his spot in the big league. He's not an amazing player in the grand stream Major League Baseball, but he's found himself a great career. Hit a ton of tanks last year. I think he's found a spot.
Wasn't he literally?
He's rolling in the deep.
Wasn't he literally like one of the worst defensive right fielders before? That was good. I heard it.
The Adell reference.
I feel bad for outfielders who can rob home runs because how many opportunities do they get? How many robbable balls are hit to their general direction? There needs to be some type of defensive showcase, like a home run derby for outfielders.
That could be cool.
Because you're just waiting there, and you might not get a single ball hit to you all game, let alone one that would make for a good play.
When opportunity knocks, KB, you got to answer. And Adell did. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times. In fact, the 3rd time, sending him to the other side of the fence. He said hello to the other side of the fence. I don't know. Anyway. Man. All right, Michigan, UConn coming up next, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Set fire to the rain.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys, here on FS1. The Wednesday crew rolling right along. Masters are in the air. We're going to go deep on the Masters to start hour 2. Liam, get all your Masters takes ready to go.
They're ready.
Ready to go.
They're fired up.
How pumped do you get for the Part 3 competition? Is it like a little? Is it like?
I'm an honest guy. I'm pumped for Frankie Fleetwood, and that's about it. And that's only it. And I'm hyped for our main golf competition. The focus is Frankie Fleetwood trying me hardest. Can he hit over the green or hit onto the green?
What is this a reference to? Last year was this? Was this the cute little? Was this the little cute little kid who? I vaguely you're tickling
Tommy
something
Fleetwood's
in my brain.
Kid.
Yeah.
Frankie Fleetwood. He's trying to hit over the wire, and they interview him after. He's like, just trying me hardest. And then Tommy's like, I didn't even know he had an accent like that. I thought he talked like a normal accent. He's got a thick accent like me. It's crazy. He doesn't think he's going to be able to hit on. Well, Tommy doesn't think Frankie will be able to hit onto the green this year. He thinks it's a year away, but Frankie thinks he's going to get there, and that's all that matters.
See, this is great. Today's fun. Today's light. It's like a wonderful little appetizer for the entree to come over the next few days.
I thought you were talking about the show without Brandon.
Oh yeah, that's also fair. That's also fair. Yeah, so Brandon just pieced out for the Masters. Ultimate veteran swipe card, big guy card.
If he doesn't come back with a gnome, I think we have to kick him off the show.
Come back with
like a garden gnome?
Yeah.
Like a Masters garden
Have you seen the umbrella?
Sick
No.
gnome.
Is it better this year than in years past?
It's the coolest gnome I think we'll ever see, right?
Can we pull up the Masters
umbrella.
garden gnome? I know we got to go through legal, so it may take a minute, but let me know when we have it. So we're going to talk to Dusty May later in the show. Dave's going to stop by. Michigan wrapping up their basketball national championship. An unbelievable turnaround for May. I mean, to take over a team that won 8 games 2 years ago, and now in just 2 short years, the level of dominance that he has achieved. And I've done a lot of reading about May, and it's pretty interesting in that he doesn't seem to in a day and age where you look at Signetti and his kind of intensity, or Dan Hurley and his like kind of verbose, over the top charisma and intensity. Dusty May's a pretty chill guy. He doesn't really jump off the screen, doesn't really jump off the page, and yet when you read about how he's done it, he's just done it with a process and with a malleability. Like, that's what I love about Dusty May, right? When he will always adjust his philosophies to the personnel that he has. That's how he was able to bring in all these transfers, have the immediate success. Guys, you watched the game. What were your biggest takeaways from Michigan lifting the trophy at the end?
Well, the first thing I noticed was how large Michigan looked on the Final Four broadcasting. Oh, they were just humongous. They were a force defensively. I think Mark Titus pointed out that they blocked 36 shots. I actually counted 37 block shots for Michigan. I don't know what the scorekeeper was seeing, but yeah, they were incredible defensively. It was a bit of a rock fight, and they still looked like the national champions, even in a game where they started 0 of 8 from 3.
What was
2 of 15 for the game?
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, what was the final percentage?
2 of 15 from.
Yeah, 2 of 15 for Michigan.
Okay.
Like, that was the UConn magic. Like, because on paper, everything looked Michigan, and a lot of the game looked that way. Be like, okay, how does UConn find a way? Well, they needed Michigan, a team that had scored 90 every game. I think it hit double-digit threes every game. They needed them to struggle from three. They did. However, Liam, the story was always Michigan's defense, right?
Yeah, I think one of the things that stood out to me was Fanton Monday told us for UConn to win, the recipe, but they have to hit 11 threes.
Yeah.
They hit 9. The 11th three would have had that tied up.
That's
straight
crazy.
nuts. Good.
Like in Fanta, dialed.
Michigan's physicality is so good. Like you was saying, they absolutely disrupt and overwhelm. I just think it's the little things, though, like you're talking about with Dusty May. I think something as out of the box as it seems and genius of shooting at the big house to deal with the football stadium sightlines is genius. I can't believe other programs haven't done that. We talk about every year when the Final Four is played, why are we playing in a football stadium? The sightlines are terrible. It's like, I hate it, da-da-da. Just fix the problem and solve it by practicing, and that's what they did. It helped them tremendously in the first game.
Well, and then, I mean, even there's the kind of otherworldly coaching adjustment in the semifinal against Arizona of purposely missing twos in order to take advantage of your height down low and almost like use it as a pass to get it to your big men, something I've never heard of before. And yeah, and again, it speaks to the level of coach that May is. What did you think about Yaxel Lindenborg? Because in a day and age where we love, well, and rightfully so, right? We love to paint everybody as just a heartless mercenary. We spent an entire season talking about does Darren Peterson care or not. Lindenborg's entire future's ahead of him. He's hurt, and yet there was no question that he was going to play. And yes, he struggled, but how good of a player do you have to be to struggle, to play hurt in a national championship against a very good UConn team and still find your way to 13 points?
That and the fact that he was brutally honest about how bad he was in the first half, which I appreciated.
And the second.
Oh, yeah, the second half, he started to get a little bit more.
He still said, I played terrible.
I know, but how many guys would kill to score 13 in the
know.
national championship? Like, that's how good Yaxel is.
He said he was soft in the first half. Second half, the physicality came a little bit more so through, and had some big points at the rim and finished strong. But yeah, still shooting wise, he was not good from beyond the arc and everything. But to be that honest of your game and to evaluate. Yeah, I'm not playing great right now, but I'm still going to play through it and still going to be able to give my best, which obviously is nowhere near his best on a regular day, but in those circumstances, still go all out. Plus, how good is Michigan to still have a double-digit lead for a good stretch of that game, be up by 4 at halftime, end up winning by 6, when their best player, Yaxel Lindenborg, just was not good in the slightest, and for a good stretch of that game was a liability. And that was the biggest takeaway for me on that, just how good Michigan was and how they were able to completely overcome their best player having the worst night he's had.
Well, and Evo, good for you. I'm sure you enjoyed the fact that, amongst all of the giants on Michigan, it was the 6'1" guy, Elliot Cadeau, taking home MVP when it mattered most.
Yeah, it's a bit of a redemption arc for him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go back to Yaxel because he's a guy that's gotten chirped a lot, I feel. Whether it be online burner communities or even in the stadium on Saturday night, the entire stadium booed him when he went down, when he got fouled in that layup. But it's like he was clearly hurt and played through it. And credit to him for actually caring about college basketball. He's someone that maybe people should take time and maybe root for a little bit more.
Regarding Cadeau,
yes,
you were talking about missing the layups and using them as shots, et cetera, et cetera. That's just how great of a coach you have to be to instill that into your players and get that selflessness out of them.
Yeah.
Is pretty outrageous. There's not a lot of guys that would take 3, 4, 5 missed shots on their stat sheet for the greater good of the team. It's actually kind of nuts.
Again, and I'm glad you brought that up because that really highlights May's ability to take all of these transfers in and to somehow microwave that trust, which is so hard. And like the ultimate bar that you always want as a player, and KB, I'm sure you can appreciate this as well with all the athletics you've done, is like the best trust you can achieve with a coach is, okay, if I do what he's saying, do I believe that it is the best thing to be doing? Like, even if it sounds crazy to me, even if it sounds dumb, I don't want to do it. Do I have that level of trust? May clearly does. And it's interesting that he's kind of a Bob Knight disciple, but not taking any of the Bob Knight kind of shenanigans or attitude. Everything I've read, he's very even keel, very chill coach, not really an MF-er too much. And now Dusty May, without a doubt, one of the top coaches in all of college basketball. Yeah. Good news, guys. The tournament, it's expanding. From 68 teams to 76, huh?
We're doing this?
Yeah, everybody's pumped, right? I mean, that's why they would do this. Everybody's like really excited about this.
People running college sports, I'm starting to question whether or not they actually like college sports.
It's now starting, huh?
Well, I mean, obviously we saw it in college football, but at the very least, there we have been clamoring for a long time, like, not everybody. I know you particularly weren't, but there were people saying we need to expand, we need to keep going and going. And here, nobody was asking for this. Nobody was asking.
That's the craziest part about this is like nobody, like boots on the ground fans. I haven't heard a single person who actually was like, yeah, I want the tournament.
I'd say March Madness probably is the number one thing everybody can agree upon. This rocks. The format for this is perfect. It provides incredible moments. The drama is amazing. The entire month of March, we look forward to this every single year. You don't need to change it. And here they are changing it because we want more money.
The last 2 years, you look at the bubble, and it's like, oh, yeah, we could, those first four out, it's completely fine that they're out. They weren't going to do anything in the tournament anyway. Probably didn't do enough to deserve getting there. There were some exclusions like that Indiana State team a few years ago, but that's just tomfoolery from the committee, right? That's just to get Indiana in and Auburn in. And
are you telling me you wouldn't want to see Georgia NIT champion Auburn in the tournament?
Not to
Tulsa got robbed in that game. Nobody wants to talk about that. They had a 5-point lead with 8 seconds left. They got a phantom 5-second call on the inbound. People counted it. Every single time they counted it, 4 seconds. It was like 4.19 seconds.
I don't think anybody watched it. I don't think anybody watched it.
I did not watch it. I didn't watch it.
Everyone saw the same thing.
But it was 4.19 on the inbound. They got called for 5. That's ludicrous. Auburn's dream season is an NIT win. Congrats.
Well, no. You got to give credit, and I want to get back to the tournament in a second, but you got to give credit to Auburn. They could have done the Notre Dame, took their ball and ran it home. We didn't get to go to the dance. We're not playing in any postseason.
Stephen Pearl could not agree to do that. I don't think they win any credit.
They win the games that they're given, and I appreciate the fact that they won the NIT.
Stephen Pearl wore a raincoat indoors to coach a game. I got no respect for Auburn basketball right now.
I mean, he took a team that was only Final Four good last year, and they won a championship this year. So it sounds like Steve Pearl has been a great coach at Auburn.
It's a good spin zone there, Evo. All right, guys. So we got Griff-Ins and Outs coming up next. But also remember, you want to get involved at the end of the show, you go on Twitter, #AskWub. We'll answer the best questions kind of throughout the show. And if you want to hang out afterwards, we have a Wake Up Barstool post-show on our YouTube channel. So very fun day here. Griff-Ins and Outs. What are we bringing into next week with us? What are we leaving behind? Konnor Griffin going to let you know. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Okay, it's time for my favorite segment, Griff-Ins and Outs. Konnor Griffin, what are we taking into next week with us, and what are we leaving behind?
Thank you, sir. It's a shame that we don't have Brandon here this week because I know how much he loves this segment. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
The biggest thing that I'm in on this week, it's none other than Mitch Trubisky.
Really?
Mitch Trubisky.
Wait, Mitchell, right? Doesn't he want to be called Mitchell?
Is it Mitchell?
I just remember a storyline back in the day that he wants to be called Mitchell.
Mitchell Trubisky. He is very in right now. The boys were in Indianapolis this week for the Final Four, the Most of Sports crew, and we sniped this picture just a group of dudes all rocking Mitchell Trubisky jerseys as they were roaming around downtown Indianapolis.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is a weekend meant to celebrate basketball. You have all these people from all these different colleges coming here, and these guys are rocking a triple Trubisky just for no reason at all, but they were having a time in downtown Indianapolis. Wanted to shout them out and wanted to shout out Mitchell Trubisky because apparently he's got some heavy hitters right now.
I told you I'm in a very La-La Land mood right now. Here's to the fools who dream.
Yes.
One day Mitchell's going to get his shot, dude. One day he's going to get his shot. I remember a couple of off seasons ago convincing myself he was going to be the savior of the New Orleans Saints. It was a very fun week.
Yeah.
How do you not go full Trubisky there with all the 4 of them?
What do you mean?
Like the 4th guy should have the Trubisky.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
No.
How did he get in the crew? How'd guy 4 get in the crew?
I think it's very funny that he doesn't have it. Because, yeah, maybe his just didn't come in time. Maybe he ordered like a Bears one and it's
I was going
not
to say
there.
also like no Bears Trubisky amongst all of them.
They're all more obscure. So I thought these dudes, they rocked in Indianapolis this weekend. That tweet wound up going pretty viral. So shout out to Trubisky.
Solid Jersey.
Shout out to the triple Trubs right there. Sticking with quarterbacks.
Triple Trub.
Sticking with quarterbacks.
We love that.
Yes, we love that. And we love that. My first out. It's the anti-Jalen Hurts agendas. It is insane what's going on with Jalen Hurts right now. Last week, there was essentially a hit piece released on him. Him winning a Super Bowl has broken people's brains. They can't tell up from down. They think the sky is purple. They don't know what to think of Jalen Hurts. And apparently, he just can't exist. Because in the offseason, we're just writing these stories about how he's uncoachable and he has bad body language. And he's the reason why the Eagles offense stunk last year. It's like, dude, he's a Super Bowl MVP. He was a league runner-up for the National Football Player MVP in the
National Football Player.
You get my point. I messed that up right there. But he's dueled it out with Patrick Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls, played better than him in the last one, arguably played better than him in the first one.
He did play better in the first one. His defense screwed him. But here's the deal, Konnor. Konnor, here's the deal. I get it because I'm a big Jalen Hurts supporter, have been. His coaches are the architect of that hit piece.
Yeah.
At least
You're telling me?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe the fired ones.
yeah, I'm saying like it's I don't like who are you? I guess who are you mad at? Who are you mad at about the hit piece? Are you saying it's the media's fault? Like whose fault?
Well, it's the media's fault because apparently there are no other NFL storylines to talk about, and this has been the buzz of NFL talk in the past week. All these different talk shows, giving credence to this story.
Had
like,
one
dude,
day, but sure. Yeah.
Listen, I've seen it a bunch, and I don't get it. Like, are there no other things that we could talk about?
I don't think we would have talked about it if you didn't bring it up personally.
Yeah, we weren't.
I don't think there's anything in the NFL world to talk about. Right?
Nothing in the NFL world to talk about. But we keep going back.
Like a draft.
I have a question.
Keep
for
going
you.
back to Jalen.
Oh, is there a draft soon for the NFL football player draft?
I have a question for an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you to ask the Eagles fan.
Okay.
If Eagles fans hate on Jalen Hurts so much when he makes mistakes, why do they hate on people who hate on Jalen Hurts when he's making mistakes?
Konnor, if Eagles fans I've seen you get very angry at Jalen Hurts, struggling offense, not pushing the ball on the field, all this sort of stuff. Why then are you getting angry at the people who are agreeing with you?
I have never been mad at Jalen Hurts. I am strictly mad at the offensive system that he has been put in and the fact that he's had turnover year after year after year and he's still making it to the playoffs every single season.
Are you sniffing Kiz, Ebo?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay. We'll move on. Whatever.
What if Konnor Griffin is a Cowboys fan?
Stop.
What if he is?
We're not going there. We're not going there.
That's a fair question.
You're gonna love this one, by the way.
Okay.
All right, what's next in?
Next in, it's Zambonis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The mammoth. They released the Zamoth.
The Zamoth.
Zamboni. And, when you're watching hockey on television, at least for me, and I don't watch a whole lot of hockey, even though I do have to talk to you about the Flyers later, Bluttman, you lose sight of the Zambonis. When you're there in person, obviously the Zambonis rocking everything. We need to make more stuff like this to bring Zambonis into the forefront again. This is an electric vehicle. They're revolutionizing the game. It looks awesome.
KB, what do you think about this right here, dude?
I think it would be really fun to get like a DUI on one of those.
Dude, that as someone who is a massive fantasy nerd, the Zamoth is awesome.
Yeah.
It looks
Lord
like
of
I
the
want to
Rings.
throw on furs, have a battle axe in hand and ride that thing in battle. Also, pretty cool story behind how it was made. The foundation of the base structure is made out of the old Zamboni from the 2002 Winter Olympics back in Salt Lake City back in the day. So shout out to the Zammoth, dude.
That thing looks difficult to make sharp turns in.
Yeah.
Aren't the Zambonis meant to turn kind of tight?
I just wonder, how do you get it against the wall with the tusks?
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I think the Zammoth.
I'd love to see that thing go crashing through the glass.
Surely they put the guy that drives it in a costume now, right?
I don't know.
Like, you can't just have him in a regular suit. He has to be dressed up as a marauding barbarian.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say caveman or another or a.
Yeah, caveman works too.
Why
that's
not
fine,
a mammoth
yeah.
on the mammoth?
No, that doesn't
Okay,
make any
all
sense.
right.
Shut up, Evo. That's the worst
this
idea I've ever
is-
heard.
Okay, my bad.
This is like a stamp, a way in the right direction. The Mammoth have to be leading the rest of the National into an era of crazy Zambonis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
We
This
need
is the
they're very
beginning.
in.
So, like, there's a lot of really good NHL memorabilia promo stuff going on. The Mammoth just did tusks that you drink out of.
Yep, saw that.
Your
Love
beer
that.
or soda or whatever. The Sabres just did a beer saber. Same deal. Like, the Ducks have done so many good promos. NHL's in a really good spot with the promo memorabilia game.
Yeah.
Also,
Playoffs around the corner, too.
Mammoth's going to make the playoffs probably. All right, what do we got?
Yeah, they're good.
Going to outs, I'm out on the color contact lenses. These terrify me. Jake Berger of the Rangers is testing out these red contact lenses that are meant to give him better eyesight in certain ballparks and help with the depth perception and everything like that. I mean, he just looks like a straight up Sith Lord, and it's terrifying me. I don't like.
Hold on.
Well, you're going to say yellow and all that
Yeah,
type of stuff.
come on now.
Yeah,
he looks like a vampire. He doesn't look like a Sith Lord. If he was a Sith Lord, as you just referenced, his eyes would be yellow.
Do you not know ball?
I don't
Yeah,
think.
well,
I mean,
okay.
what is this supposed to be? The
He
Star Wars
doesn't-
dog? What are we doing
He
here?
doesn't know Yoda.
For the
And I asked him on our car ride to Indianapolis why, and you explained to me, Chewbacca
Yeah,
is a Wookiee,
yeah.
and he lives on Endor
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't think the Wookiee.
with a bunch of Ewoks.
Well, that's the
No.
fourth movie.
Why is that?
No, he doesn't.
That doesn't make any
Also,
sense.
the Ewoks don't live on Endor.
Where do they live?
A forest moon of Endor.
Anyway.
All right, go to the next one.
Color contact lenses. I saw that. I don't know if they're going to stick around.
He looks like a vampire.
Yeah, he looks really, really creepy, and I don't love it. But my next in, something I do love, it's brimless hats. It's been a minute since we revolutionized the hat game. You know, people were going
So
sideways.
this is not a skull cap.
They're
This is
going
just
backwards.
a hat. Like, it's the same material as a hat. but
They
with a brim?
they just cut the brim right off, and Edwin Diaz was just rocking it as he's stretching out pregame. I think this looks sick. And I think, actually, TJ, shout out to TJ Hitchings, who works here and is a star producer for Mostly Sports and the Yak. I think he's rocked a brimless hat before. KB, I don't know if you've been hip to this at all. I don't know if this is a new thing, but I'm very much into
Not a
it.
new thing.
Not a new thing?
No, the Yankees brimless hat meme from years ago. You ever call Maresh? Call Maresh right now and see what happens to your phone.
Has Maresh been on this? I don't know.
Remember, if you call Maresh, it's a picture of him with the brimless Yankees hat.
Who is Maresh?
What? Wait, is this just an evolved yarmulke? I don't know. This is this is
no.
crazy to me, dude. I'm not.
Yarmulke.
I don't think I like. I don't think I like the brim.
I like it a lot. Oh, we'll see where it goes. Maybe it catches on, maybe it doesn't. But my last out, I'm out on delivery rooms. Delivery rooms, out of here, because apparently you don't need them. You could go to an Oilers game and just be a casual, everyday hockey fan, and you could just give birth in a hockey arena. That's what happened at an Oilers game.
Wait, what?
A mother gave birth at an Oilers game. There was a moment on the broadcast where the play-by-play guy's like, yeah, guys, we're here to report that there was a woman who just went into labor, and she gave birth to
And mom and the baby were all okay?
I think so, yeah. And
I believe
so
on the 7th floor.
on the 7th floor, and I mean, honestly, it really is a great story, first and foremost, but you got to think that this kid is going to go on to be a hockey stud. I don't know exactly.
Did they win?
No, Knights won.
Ooh.
So you're
Bad
saying-
omen.
Bad omen?
omen.
I think in general, it's a very cool thing, and hey, maybe we could see a little bit more of it in the future. Maybe like at the 50-yard line or something like that. Just
It was said that that Genghis Khan was born clutching a blood clot. So who knows? Maybe this kid will go on to take over hockey. What's up? Okay. Last in of the week, guys. Making massive amounts of money at a young age. Look at that. Breaking news. Konnor Griffin, 9-year extension to the 2034 season.
Yeah.
9 years, $134 million, higher than his batting average.
Konnor Griffin,
134.
He's unbelievable, and I really do hope I get to meet him this weekend. We'll see. I feel so weird because he's 19 and I'm 26, and I'm kind of treating it like I'm a father in a way. Like I look upon him and I'm just so proud. But he's making crazy money. He's doing his thing. And the people of Pittsburgh, even though I'm not from Pittsburgh, they're fired up for anything that this guy does. It's hope. It's hope for the future.
Get ready, Konnor, because what you're talking about there, watching somebody that you cover who is younger than you get vastly more successful than you, it only increases with time.
Oh yeah,
and it only gets worse. And worse.
You'll never be able to Google my name ever.
I mean, I'll never forget like Sean McVay becoming a head coach at 30 when I was 33, or Joe Brady being the Wunderkind offensive coordinator, despite the fact we're the same age. Now he's the head coach of the Bills. It just happens, dude.
Yeah.
When people want to Google your name, they'll write C-O.
No, but then it automatically
it's gonna
search
change.
recommends it.
Oh yeah, that's really getting name cucked.
But it's fine. He's a great
The
dude.
suggested spelling change.
Konnor Griffin, you're
All right, guys,
come to
close
the
out
office.
hour one next. Shout out to the Shakira Strikers. Many are talking, they may have the best assistant coach in the 6 to 7-year-old girls soccer league. It's my daughter's team.
Okay.
We had our first practice yesterday. Debut on Saturday. It's going to be big. Shakira Strikers, we're coming.
What type
for
of
that
formation
ass.
are you going with?
We were doing 4-on-4 yesterday. I was running a 2-2 box.
Wait.
2-2 box.
Is it only one practice before the first game?
Yeah, look, man. You know we gotta. I'm like Steve Spurrier. You can only put so much hay in the barn. You know, eventually we just gotta show up for game day and kick ass.
And
Hopefully-
it's a weekend game?
Yeah.
Thank
That's
goodness it's
good,
not on
yeah.
the weekday,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weekday game wouldn't even matter. You don't have to actually.
Okay. You know what?
You don't
Are
have
we
to
gonna
try
punt
the
on Lane
weekday.
Kiffin for the midweek game conversation?
LSU
Everybody out
baseball?
here is trying to crap on me about LSU baseball dropping a midweek game to Bethune-Cookman. Y'all are all displaying your complete and utter lack. I thought I was done with this
It happens to be
conversation.
their. I mean, you're
As
right.
a man-
It's their first loss to a school in Louisiana in a midweek game. It's not a big deal.
As a man who did
not, it's not.
local
Oh, no.
Guys in the
radio
truck are telling me it's their third.
for years, I thought I was done.
Guys in the truck said Louisiana Lafayette and McNeese also beat you in a midweek
I
game.
thought I was done with the do midweek games matter debate.
Northeastern?
It is incessant. It is
Lost
unending.
Northeastern?
It is something that when you're doing local radio, you constantly, people weep and gnash teeth about. All that matters is the SEC record.
Number
6
2 in
and
the country,
6.
Preseason is
6 and
500 in conference
6,
play.
which is very
and 6.
solid. Just beat Tennessee in a series. Cade Aaron Beatty, 4 home runs in one game, Ebo. Did you see that, you bum?
6 and 6 get you in the Pinstripe Bowl.
No, 6 and 6 get you in the tournament.
Lost
Okay?
2 and 3
and then
to
you see what's
Sac
going to
State
happen.
Per the truck. Can't stump the truck.
This is
Evo,
so stupid.
This was the preseason favorite
Yeah.
on DraftKings to win.
Defending
They dropped-
champs, right?
They dropped to like
I'm defending
10th or
national
12th and
champs. I'm
odds, and they-
surrounded
This
by
is-
fools. Fools.
Talk about a championship hangover.
Also, the Pinstripe Bowl is a great bowl game. Don't
Is
disrespect.
it time to get Vitello?
Look, y'all, this is.
Is it time?
This is beyond
Do it
stupid.
now. Look what the hockey teams are doing on the fly, firing right before the
A
playoffs.
13
Let's-
and
let's
17
fire-
conference record will get you in the playoffs, and they're 6 and 6.
Go hire Vitello next week.
Jay Johnson
What a
is
move.
the best coach in
Sad.
He is the best coach in college baseball. I don't need Tony V and his tiny little PP. They can keep that out in San Francisco, okay? Because Jay Johnson is going to get this team peaking at the right time. That is a T-Bob Hebert guarantee. And I want to revisit this, you bums, when LSU, I'm not going to say they're going to win the championship, but they are going to acquit themselves well. They're going to finish strong. Midweek games do not matter.
You better hope
I don't
Larry
care about
Ellison doesn't want to build a
Bethune-Cookman.
dome in Ann Arbor. You better hope Larry Ellison isn't like, you know what, I want to win in baseball too.
Hashtag Ask Wub. Get your question at the end of the show.
UCLA.
Masters coming up next.
UCLA has Rutgers this weekend.
I'm trying to be honest. to deal with these complete idiots that I'm surrounded by. What's up, y'all? T-Bob, Ebo, Konnor Griffin, Bluttman, and KB hanging out with you today. Golf is in the air. We got the giant Barstool mini golf tournament. That's why I'm cosplaying as a golf man today. Also, many of y'all are probably dressed like this today because it's Masters Week, guys. And look, again, I'm not the biggest golf guy. This will be on kind of in the background at my house throughout the entire week. I've got a couple kids' birthday parties I got to go to on Sunday, so I'm hoping to be able to lock in kind of in the margins there.
A couple?
Yeah, dude. 9 to 11 and then 2 to 4.
Whoa.
9 to 11 Sunday mornings, a crazy child's birthday time.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. But that's fine. You know why? Because all we can do is we're just going to get it done. Just get it done. But the point is, I can appreciate when something that people are passionate about has its biggest moment. And if nothing else, that's why a tournament like this draws you in. It's absolutely fantastic. Liam, what are the major storylines entering this year's Masters?
Aside from little Frankie Fleetwood, I think
Like that's today. Yes, today's storyline is will Frankie Fleetwood get it over the water?
Scotty Scheffler returning from having his second kid, Remy. Let's see how Scotty plays. Scotty's been notoriously bad on Thursday this season. Let's see how Scotty does at the Masters. Here's a little trend for you. Every other year, Scotty Scheffler has won the Masters since 2022. It's every other year right now. 22, 24, 26. Can Scotty Scheffler do it? I think Bryson's probably the most intriguing storyline to me. This is a guy that's been seen as a villain of the golf game at times, but he's listening to him speak, he's so likable and intellectual.
YouTube saved him.
Yeah, YouTube really did save him, and I'm rooting for Bryson this week. I'd love to see how he does. What are you guys looking forward to?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Scheffler. I found a couple of interesting Scotty nugs here. You mentioned every other year, so this would be his third green jacket if he were to win it in 7 years. I think Nicklaus, Palmer, and Woods all needed 8. So if we're just doing legacy tracking, that's something to keep an eye on. Also, if you look at majors since 2020, Scheffler is 111 under par. Now you're like, okay, where's my context? Xander Schauffele is second on that list, 66 under. So he is literally doubling up over the past few years, the next best golfer in the entire world. So, like, obviously, I don't care what form he enters in, Scheffler has to be where everything starts here.
How many golf nugs do you have?
Those are my nugs. Those are my only 2 nugs, unfortunately.
Ludwig Oberg, someone to watch this week. He is terrific at Augusta. He's had 2 great finishes at this course. He's been very good the last month. Here's the issue. It gets to Sunday and he cracks. He even touches the solo lead for a second, and he completely loses his game. He lost at the Players. He lost it last week in San Antonio, and it's like Ludwig Oberg is by far one of the most talented golfers in the world. There's just something about having to close out a golf tournament and the nerves and everything that get to you and mess everything up. It's almost like he's got the yips. 2 years ago at the Masters, it was an energy bar malfunction where he's making the turn to go play the back 9 and someone knocked the energy bar right out of his hands. From there, Ludwig was never the same, and Scotty ran away with it.
Damn.
What I love about the Masters is like the hit of serotonin you get of seeing all the bright color.
Yeah.
Like it's been gray in Chicago. Sometimes you don't see the sun for a week, and it's so cold. And it's like the first signal of hope.
Yeah, spring.
That something nice is coming.
Spring has sprung.
Yeah, and it's great. So yeah, I like the colors of the Masters.
Yeah, the
azalea bushes.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to exaggerate here because there are some really fantastic entries into this, whether it's like, some of the 4K stuff that like Prime stuff, but I don't know if anybody has benefited more from a pure rise of like 4K television and everything else than has the Masters. Because you're right, it is a visual, it's a sensory feast, really.
Yeah.
Because it's not just visual, it's the birds chirping, it's the the tinkling of the ivories coming in, Nance's soothing voice bringing you in, fully quarter zipped up.
A nice flush iron. You gotta have your eyes shut, and it sounds amazing.
Remember a few years ago when the tree just fell down and made a big booming noise, and we were all like, "What the heck?" And remember that? That was crazy. That was crazy.
Konnor, what are you locked into Masters Week here?
I'm totally just going off of whatever LeBron says. Whatever LeBron's pick.
Because LeBron's a big golfer now,
yes,
right?
whatever LeBron's pick is for who's going to win this thing, I'm riding with that guy. I'll be following.
I think I know who LeBron's gonna take.
Who?
He'll probably take Shock. He'll probably take Scotty.
You think? Okay, maybe.
That's the
I'm gonna wait and see what he says. I'm gonna be following his tweets all weekend. I'm on the LeBron beat.
I'm
more
going
so than the Masters.
Okay, that makes sense. I like it.
Yeah.
We need somebody to cover the LeBron beat at all times anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a prediction. LeBron will tweet, Bryson is dialed, fire emoji, flex emoji, 4 exclamation points.
Bird emoji.
Bird, yes, and a
What
bird
a bird?
emoji.
Oh, Bert, yeah. Man, mini
I'm
golf's not going to
curious,
go well.
KB.
I was going to say, KB, as our resident dissector of American culture, how do you engage with the Masters? Because you're not a golf guy.
I'm looking for, I'm going to be honest, I'm looking for massive meltdowns from star players. I want to see these men just have the life sucked out of them. These men who have everything, who have all of the money, who have the best life, the best career, the best gig. I want to see them 6-putt. Is that a term?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see them quadruple bogey. And I want to be reminded that, men are human.
Okay, so that's so funny you say that, because as you were talking, KB, you highlighted something that I feel very passionately about, which is if you look at why all the wealthy elites around the world right now are investing in sports, like almost no matter the sport, that is why. Sports, it's the last bastion of humanity that we got. As we sit here on the edge of the AI revolution, you already see it in your short video algorithms, AI stuff popping up that you said you'd never watch, and now you're like, that video's kind of funny. That's kind of interesting. And you're watching it more and more. It's starting to creep into all forms of entertainment. It cannot yet encroach on sports. Why? Because to appreciate it, we need human pain and suffering. We need human triumph. We need these stories to be told there on the course. With that said, Liam, who has the most pressure entering this tournament?
I want to know from KB who he thinks is going to blow up. I want to know.
I don't know. I think there's something so special about a meltdown in golf. Just a man standing still, not even in motion, no physicality. He's got a 5-foot putt, and he's standing and has to internalize that catastrophe is on the line.
Yes.
Can you just look at like the list of who's playing, or look at the odds and give me the guy you think will blow up? I don't know who has the most pressure.
I'd also like to see, on the other hand, I'd like to see an albatross. How many have we had in history at the Masters? Can't be more than 6, right?
This makes me feel like you looked it up, and it is
It's almost like you knew
in
that
fact,
one.
right on 6.
I don't know who has the most pressure, man. Like Rory, to me, I don't think he should have any pressure after winning last year. I think he's fine. I think people look at this.
Yeah, because that was the
this
story
is a
last year.
Yeah, like this is a celebration for Rory. I don't think Scotty has pressure in the sense that he's already done this twice, and yeah, he hasn't played his best golf all year. His irons have been kind of shaky, but he shouldn't have any pressure. He's the best golfer in the world still at the end of the day, and not winning this isn't going to define him. Jan Rahm already has one. Is the most pressure possibly on Bryson then? Like, I really don't know. Matt Fitzpatrick's been the best golfer this year.
Who's the best golfer that doesn't have a major on this list? Because that can. And I know a green jacket.
Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood.
It's still Fleetwood? God, it's been Fleetwood for a decade, hadn't it?
And Fleetwood won at Atlanta, but like Fleetwood.
All right. Guys, also, everybody needs to relax. I'm getting a lot of like Chubba Watson and Bryson DeHambo being thrown my way right now. So please stop with the
Patrick
fat golf
Cantlay.
puns. Okay, please, no more fat golf puns. Okay, I don't look that fat. Okay.
I think you look great.
Thank you, Konnor. Thank you very much. It's going to be fantastic. What about bets, Liam? Because you are one of our resident golf bet guys. What are we playing?
I'm an honest guy, T-Bob. I'm not sure yet. I am leaning towards. I'm leaning towards the possibility of betting Tommy Fleetwood in the without Sky Shuffler market. I think Sky Shuffler is going to win. It's kind of tough to bet him at like plus 400. I might do like a Sky Shuffler and someone else parlay or something.
I mean, what is Schauffele's form after reading, that he is second in majors in terms of just overall performance over the past 4 years?
Schauffele's in good form. I'm actually curious. My friend does power rankings. I want to see where he is Schauffele. He is Schauffele at 8th.
Okay, plus 1,800.
Shout out
Maybe
your friend.
Schauffele
Shout out
was a
my
little
friend
sprinkle.
Tyler. My friend Tyler has Matt Fitzpatrick #1 in his model. That's a point in contention for me.
Does your friend Tyler have any expertise, like skins on the wall here? Like,
yes, Tyler's a golf writer, tennis writer.
Okay.
He's the one who got me into golf and tennis and everything a few years ago. So he's got Matt Fitzpatrick #1. Matt Fitzpatrick's been the best golfer this year, as I said. He's been unbelievable.
I'm going to put my friend Brody up against your friend Tyler.
Okay,
We'll
fair.
see who wins.
We could have a friend golf off.
Brody Miller writes for The Athletic. He's one of their lead golf writers. Very smart guy.
The contention here on Matt Fitzpatrick is I did the Around the Office video for who's going to win the Masters, and Mincy said he took Matt Fitzpatrick in January at 55-1. And I know that if I take Matt Fitzpatrick with Mincy, he will not win. But I know that if I don't take Matt Fitzpatrick, he will win. And
The power of Ben Mintz is something to
correct,
behold.
because
Lava
you forget, at the Players, I gave out Ludwig and Fitzpatrick and Thigala. Those three led 99.9% of the tournament. I did not win. Mincy came in, had Fitzpatrick. Whatever. We're focused on the match.
He's in your head, Liam.
Fleetwood, I don't know. I got to finalize it and figure it out. I'm tripping.
I'm going to throw my friend Jack into the mix as well, into this golf friend off.
Okay, so we have Brody, Jack, and who was your guy, Liam? Tyler?
Yeah, my guy Jack just played high school golf and then went on to get a caddy scholarship and got a free ride to college. So shout out to Jack. We were talking, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, about like the best days on the sports calendar or the best sporting events just in general. Is Sunday at the Masters a top 5?
Yeah, let's think. Super Bowl would be in there, right?
Yeah,
We got to have the Super Bowl in there.
First day of March Madness.
Yep, first 2 days, first weekend of March Madness for sure.
I think it kind of depends on the final pairing if they're jockeying for position or not. But
I am not a golf guy, but I will tune in for that Sunday at the Masters for the spectacle, for the colors and the presentation and whatnot, and for potential collapse. I think it's great stakes, great tension, and the backdrop is incredible, and it's something that draws me to my screen every single year. So I'd probably put it top 5.
I don't think you necessarily need the great all-star final pairing that like is so contentious down the stretch and everything. Like the theater and the pageantry and everything, walking up that 18th green and like walking off the green after, and the march down with everyone applauding you, serenading you, getting the jacket, like the whole thing's so special, right? I don't think you necessarily need it to go down.
Yeah, some years it could
That'd
be
a
greater than
plus.
others,
That'd be a great plus.
but every Sunday is.
It's just
fantastic.
one of the world's greatest spectacles in sports, and that's why we love it and obsess over it. And like you guys said, it's beautiful. And here's an issue: watching these guys speak, they're so well spoken. Every time I see someone speak, I'm like, oh shoot, this guy's gonna win.
Konnor, you're on the call for the mini golf tournament today, right?
Yes, 2 rounds today, 1 round tomorrow.
You gonna channel your inner Nance here?
Hello, friends. Yeah, no, I might do it a little bit, but we had a fun call last night. We'll be back on it today and tomorrow, so tune in.
All right, guys, tune into that. Also, Ask Wub on Twitter. Also, we got the Wub post-show coming up on our YouTube channel, The After Show. Also, Evo's teeny tiny baseball segment next here on Wake Up Barstool.
KB, I need to know who's gonna blow up.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. We got Dusty May and Dave Portnoy coming up next. But first, baseball season rolling right along, and it is time for Ebo's teeny tiny baseball segment. It's in no way a reference to Ebo's diminutive size.
There's still no graphics package. There's still no graphics package.
Let's see.
We're on week what? 35 of the show. There's still no graphics.
There it is, guys. Wait.
Oh wow, yeah.
Font smaller.
Okay.
Smaller. All right, Ebo, take it away. What should we be locked in on the MLB right now?
I'm taking a little different approach this week, T-Bob. I'm going to give you 4 little/small things about baseball. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, 4 tiny tapas.
Yeah, little tapas of teeny tiny baseballs.
Hell yeah.
Chandler Simpson is bringing back small ball. Small ball might be back. Chandler Simpson.
It's just a small segment here.
Chandler Simpson plays for the Rays, leads the league in hits right now, hitting over 400. It's a small sample size, but this is a guy that is very polarizing in the baseball community because he does not hit for power, has 0 career over-the-fence home runs, I believe, in professional baseball, except for in spring training. He sold over 100 bags 2 years ago in the minor leagues, and this is a guy that just kind of slaps it around, beats out the ball. A real dirtbag, and it's cool to see that this can still work in today's baseball.
I'm loving this.
Yeah,
this
I
is
agree,
great.
dude. As someone who grew up, watching guys hit for average, there's some elements of the new game that are really, really cool, but the loss of the art of just getting on base is one of the more disappointing aspects.
Yeah, as a fellow guy who never hit the ball over the wall for a home run, I see Chandler Simpson. I respect this so much.
I never
He's a
put
bit
one over the
faster
wall
than
either,
me.
dude.
Never?
Never, dude.
Think about how cool it would be in 2026
close.
to see a guy hit 300 and steal 100 bags or swipe 80 bags. That'd
be
be
sick.
be real sick.
It would be very nostalgic if you're our age. That's why I'm on Team Old. All right, what do we got next? Shout out Chandler Simpson. Hell yeah, dude.
What's next up is the small margins between balls and strikes. This is causing a lot of stir online. Pitches that through ABS challenges have been determined balls or strikes that are on the extreme fringes, balls that are missing by 1/10 of an inch. Some people saying it shouldn't be a strike. Some people saying a certain percentage of the baseball should need to be in the zone for it to be a strike. I'm fine with the letter of the law where these are strikes. We need to have a robust system that we believe are balls and strikes, not
Look
some.
at that. That's crazy.
I do want to offer maybe one tinker to this: is that if you challenge and lose by 1/10 of an inch, you do not lose your challenge.
No. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too at that point.
Exactly.
Like I want to.
That's the whole point of having cake.
I agree with keeping it strict. It is absurd where we're asking human umpires to calculate, okay, what's 53% of his high ball, all that other stuff. But again, these margins, while one person's being proven wrong or not, whatever, it does highlight actually how good the umps are.
Yeah.
Like in a weird, roundabout, ironic way, this has, I think, been a boon to my respect for guys behind the dish.
I also think this will only make umpires better. The more you get to check your work throughout the way you're going about it, the more you can edit along the way when you're writing, the better it'll be, So
KB, me and you have been on opposite sides of this before. I was decrying the loss of the human element, though I think my read was wrong. I think it's actually increased the human element and created a fun little mini game and new form of strategy. Have you thought about ABS at all now that we're a couple weeks into the new season?
So this is the technology that detects balls and strikes?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is it evolving?
So you get 2 challenges per game that you can use. So I mean, the machine knows whether every single pitch is a ball or a strike, but we go with the human unless challenged. Then we go to the machine.
Okay. So what is the need for the 58-year-old milk bag with diabetic retinopathy?
So, I mean, technically, I guess there is no need. Like, there's no actual need, right? Like,
For plays of the plate and everything like that. But
yes, but not to call balls and
Yeah,
strikes.
yeah.
I'm saying there is no need. It's done every single pitch behind the scenes.
Yes.
But I would say the need, KB, is for humanity, dude. I've always done it.
Yeah.
Like a Walmart greeter. Yeah, go out there, pretend like you're doing something.
You want to get rid of
Get a
Walmart
check, get out of the
greeters?
home.
Walmart
No,
greeters?
I'm saying, yeah, there's a purpose for them.
Yes, to fight against the encroaching cynicism and lack of humanity that surrounds all of us. I don't know. I like it though. I like the small margins. Don't. It's whatever. Like keep it up, ABS. You've been a home run so far. Keep going.
Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say this weekend I think had the most walks of any recorded weekend in MLB history.
2-day stretch.
Yeah, in a 2-day stretch. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
man.
interesting with the ABS. Yeah.
Are they going to use ABS at the little tiny Little League World Series?
Yeah.
Would be an interesting twist.
All right, what do we got next?
The teeny tiny, oh so small chance that the Dodgers don't repeat.
Come on.
This is 9-2 start. I believe their run differential is plus 35. They just went up to Toronto. They've outscored the defending AL champs 18-2. The team they just ripped the heart out of just 6 months ago.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, this is. I think I came on the show about a week ago or 2 weeks ago and said, someone else will have a chance. There's hope. I feel like the Dodgers are essentially already in the NLCS.
So if it is a small, teeny tiny, diminutive hope, who is representative of that hope, though?
I think the NL East teams.
Yeah, probably.
I think the Phillies. I think the Mets. Maybe one of the NL Central teams. The Brewers have gotten off to a hot start. So we'll see. But I mean, if you get the Pirates in a small series, you got to go against Ashcraft, you got to go against Chandler, and obviously Skeens. If you have the pitching in a 5-game series, maybe you can catch them. But they look terrifying.
All right, what's next?
The last teeny tiny thing is Roman Anthony's arm. He has been going viral. Guys like Hubs, who is a Yankees fan, has been taking every opportunity to dunk on Roman Anthony's arm. Currently in the 3rd percentile of arm value among all MLB defenders, was 75th out of 76 MLB outfielders last year. It's tough because it's a guy that is a great hitter, and you don't really know. I've always found it weird when guys who are great athletes can't throw very hard.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't compute to me. So I think he'll be fine. I think if you're playing in Fenway, a lot of your games, obviously these are in Fenway and these are bad throws, but maybe you don't have to make as many challenging throws. Maybe you can hit some cutoffs. But it's been a rough start to 2026.
Like, did we just cherry pick his worst highlight though to try to?
No, but
reinforce
the
this
underlying statistics last year were bad too. So
yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It might be a hole in his game, but he still should be an all-star and MVP caliber player. But this is tough.
That's a brutal throw.
Yeah.
It's shockingly bad.
Yeah.
It's one of those that makes you but whatever. It's one moment. Well, I guess it's actually not one moment.
Yeah.
To your point.
Statistically.
All right, guys. When we get back, it's time to talk to a brand new national champion. I don't know why I screwed that up so badly. Michigan head coach Dusty May. We also got Dave Portnoy stopping by. Don't go anywhere more. Wake Up Barstool right here on FS1. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Great, very exciting segment here. As not only do we have the man who rules the internet, Dave Portnoy, Michigan alum, on the phone line, but we got the man who just architected, I don't know if that's a word, one of the best turnarounds we've ever seen in sports. Taking over a team that won 8 games 2 years ago, now finishing this year as maybe the most dominant basketball team in college basketball history. Talking about Michigan head coach Dusty May. Dave, take it away.
Everybody should be standing in that studio, and I hate how Brandon Walker asked out so we wouldn't have to face this. I only see one guy standing in there.
I'm tiny.
The national champion in the house. Please stand and show the respect he deserves.
I'm a Penn State guy. I can't do it.
Yeah, you should do it. Congratulations, Dusty. We were talking a little bit. Unbelievable. And if you recall, we spoke. It probably was the beginning of the basketball season, and it was when we were going all through this stuff with the football team. And I said, I think there is more pressure now on the basketball program and you a little bit because Michigan was getting dragged. We were going through the stuff to restore kind of the school, the institution. Never in my wildest dreams did we think we'd be here this fast, but just an unbelievable turnaround. So congratulations. I have a couple questions for you, starting with, you went, and we were just mentioning it, FAU to Michigan, the hunter to the hunted. Before, when you get to the Final Four, everyone's rooting for you. You're the team, you're the underdog. I think you sensed it. Now Michigan, people were rooting against us. We're the team that people did not want to win in the Final Four. People were complaining about NIL and the transfer and everything else. How is that for you as the coach? I assume wildly different to be the coach of the team, the underdog, versus now the number 1 seed that I think most of the country wanted to lose? Did you enjoy it? Was it different? What was that like?
At first it probably bothered me more than it should. And then it became flattering because you would hear the things in an era where everyone's getting paid and you'd be criticized because some of your players are getting paid. And in an era where there's going to be several thousand names in the transfer portal, literally every school in our league has a number of transfers. Some rosters were entirely transfers, but we were criticized for being transferred. So we just kind of grew to accept it and realize that's the price. That's the price you pay.
Yeah, that to me, and I mean, you're obviously a very smart guy. I'm a smart guy. I think hearing that being the complaint of the Michigan basketball team, oh, they have transfers in NIL. Yeah, that's like the world we live in. And by the way, so does Kentucky, and so does a ton of teams that are spending and not spending the right way. What is it that made this difference? I've heard you talk about it, but there's so many different guys you can go to. How did you get this team that, as you said, was willing maybe not to take as many minutes as other places and really buy into the team role, which seems like the hardest part in this era?
Yeah, these guys were all they were scratching the surface. They had talent. And a lot of times it's simply situational, Dave. We've had guys leave here and they went and did really well in other places because the opportunity, the style of play, maybe the competition was a little bit less or whatever the case. So a lot of success, there's so many talented players. A lot of success is the right situation for you. Do you have the good chemistry with your teammates and the staff? And so there's a lot of variables, but we just thought we had a group of guys that fit well together. On paper, it didn't look pretty at times, but we thought these guys are competitive. They're big. They're athletic. And so we felt like we'd have a great defense. And if we could figure out the offensive side of the ball, then we'd have a chance to be playing the final weekend. And these guys they sacrifice a lot. But most importantly, Dave, the returners, these guys, they recruited the transfer portal guys harder than any players I've ever seen because they wanted to win and they wanted to do this for Michigan. And that's a testament to their character.
And now, so I saw the post of you, and it was transfer portal open, right? And you're already, how much can you enjoy this championship? I know the parade is Saturday, or is it right back to build?
No, we'll have recruits on campus, hopefully on Saturday. If we can make that happen. There's no time to enjoy day, to be honest. The yesterday morning, we had media all morning. We got on a plane, landed, and then as soon as we were home, I think until I crashed, we were making calls, getting ready. And as I've told my wife, she asked when we landed, "Are you coming home?" And I looked at her, I gave her side eye. And said, we want to be playing in Detroit next year, then these next couple weeks are going to determine if we're able to do that.
And I don't know that there is any added pressure about that. I have been going after a certain guy in our state who I think has handled the reemergence of Michigan basketball, frankly, like a baby. And I'm talking about the guys down in East Lansing. He won't say our name. He loves to give every team credit when they lose. I haven't heard him give Michigan credit once, but we got this Final Four now in Detroit. Does that add? And we're already that's, by the way, the Michigan difference. We're already looking next year. Do you feel that, knowing that Detroit, for the people who don't know, Ann Arbor is 30, 45 minutes from Detroit. Do you feel any added knowing that the Final Four is there next year?
Dave, 100%. I don't feel pressure. I feel excitement and opportunity for us to be able to do it in front of our home fans in our home state. And one of the legendary coaches in the game, actually, when I was talking to him earlier this year, actually it gave me some insight on this whole new landscape of college athletics. He was commenting on a coach, and I basically questioned the coach that he was talking about's character. And essentially he said, look, I came up with him in the business, and I've noticed myself doing that. The guys that I'm friends with, that I coached against, that I came up in the business with, you can't say anything about those guys or I'm going to defend them till death. Now, the guys that are older or younger that I didn't necessarily come up with or have a relationship, it's open season on them. So I think there's a little bit of that where the older guys, no matter what the other older guys have done in the past or how many skeletons they have in their closet, they're going to defend them till death, because that's how we're wired as coaches. And as soon as I realized I was the same way, I became much more forgiving of the things that have gone on.
And I'll tell you, so I know you're on the transfer portal. I know you just won the national championship. I fight my wars on the internet. And I can tell you, and you don't have to smile, but it'll put your smile on your face when you're sleeping. There is an internal war going on in Michigan State. You got accounts deleting each other because they said that if Michigan wins a national championship, they'll never talk again. You have people yelling at each other. You have caused a civil war in East Lansing with the rise of Michigan basketball, and it is glorious for all Michigan fans to have the hammer right now, and they don't know what to do. And this is great for basketball. The rivalry is clearly there with Michigan. I mean, I'm sure you saw when Tom is nobody calls me little brother. Well, they're little brother, and they got to eat it right now. So this is great for all of Michigan. I can't thank you enough for restoring the pride to the entire school. And we have stuff, it is an everything school. As I'm sure you know, the hockey team plays tomorrow night. I got a request from the water polo team to do a shout out. If you go to Michigan, you win at every level. And Dusty, you were the one who reestablished it. So for all the grads, all the Walmart Wolverines, people love to say, oh, you can't root for Michigan if you didn't go there. No, it's a big fan base. Cannot thank you enough. If you want to do a fundraiser on the Keys, you let me know. We'll set that up. We got to keep recruiting and keep this team going. and again, you are the perfect coach for this era in this time, and we can't thank you enough. Again, standing out, Dusty May, greatest Michigan basketball team of all time.
Dave, can we start the Barstool Starting Center 2026 fund account right now?
Yes, 100. Listen, we almost went broke because I'll tell you what, I know gambling's different from college sports, but I had Michigan halftime line when Mara took that 15-foot hook on the baseline with 14 on the shot clock. And
Hey, that was on me, man. That was on me. We knew Alabama was going to double, and we were trying to get a quick lob dunk and then press, and they trapped off of a different guy, and we didn't adjust very well. So
the good news is I had you guys to win the whole thing earlier. It made up, but I almost sprinted to that game to put. I lost my mind. But anyways, it's all good. We need a center. Let's get a center. We'll work on it. We got to keep this thing going, especially in Detroit. Again, unbelievable job. One of the greatest coaching jobs of all time. What do you want something? T-Bone?
I want some here because I've done a lot of reading on Coach May here and kind of getting his backstory. And the thing that stands out to me, Coach, and it's almost in every facet, right, is malleability. It's adaptability, right? Like whether that's strategic on the court, like with this year's grouping, we're going to be more of like a traditional man defense. Okay, now we're going to switch everything. There's, of course, the changing rules of college basketball, which you've adapted to fantastic. But how about this tournament alone? I mean, you come into this game, 90 points every game, 10 threes, offense rolling. Then you get into a championship dogfight. And so take me through what's going through your head as coach when the things that have worked up until the championship are not working, and then you still find a way to win. Like, how do you
add
do that?
one more to that? Would you say the shooting, which is one of the worst three-point shooting? I think if you threw that stat out before the game, what you guys shot for three, but these guys may be in trouble today. Would you say that was a bad shooting night, or that's UConn's defense that caused that?
Well, first of all, we shot it well the first game and shot it poorly the second game. And UConn, Danny Hurley he's at the top of our profession. I thought their game plan was A+. I thought their execution was A+. We just made enough plays. But when you play in the Big Ten and there's 17 other teams, you see everything throughout the course of a year. The West Coast schools play different than the Midwest schools. And so we felt like that was going to be a low possession rock fight, but we had won those games in the past. We knew it wasn't going to be pretty like the St. Louis and Alabama games where there's great flow. But so that's what UConn did. They drug us down into the mud and got us in a rock fight. And fortunately, we've got enough presence in the paint where we can win games like that as well.
Well, and Coach, you're kind of painted as a Bobby Knight protege, but stylistically, in terms of like how you coach, how you seem to communicate with the players, that maybe doesn't seem like that's where you're drawing inspiration from Knight. So like, what did Coach Knight teach you amongst others that you've carried forward into the success that you're now enjoying?
First of all, Coach Knight's economy of language was incredible. He could make something very difficult seem simple. And with the guys coming in this year, our teaching pedagogy will determine if we're going to be successful or not. How well can we take complex schemes and situations and have them where our guys by January, February are operating like a group of veterans that have played together. And I think that's probably the thing I took from Coach Knight. He was an elite teacher. He was on analytics before analytics. His use of the F word I've mastered at times. So I'm taking a lot from Coach Knight.
Got the old guys too. The one thing that I do like the old guys, they're bringing back, led by Danny Hurley and company, old school coaching. That was actually refreshing to be like, well, we're not out here playing kindergarten ball. We're out here to win. Whether it's Mick Cronin, whether it's Izzo even, but the tough love, that's a Bobby Knight thing. So that's good, right? Don't you think that's good?
I think Coach Hurley, there's no crying, there's no moaning. It is coaching guys hard, holding himself to a very high standard. And when you look at the product on the floor, they fight like crazy. They run great stuff. So I think there's a lot of very forward thinking from that program, and an impressive group of players as well. I mean, look at Terrace Reed, how much he's improved in the last 2 years, and you look at the development of those guys. And you don't walk in a place and average 10 more points a game. You just gradually get there, and those guys throughout the roster have just gradually gotten there.
And Coach, I want to ask you about Yaxel, because this is something that we highlighted and that I really loved, right? Because in today's day and age, right, I get why, but we love to paint every player as just a mercenary, right? Looking out for himself. We spent an entire season talking about Darren Peterson. Does he like the game? Does he want to play? And here you have Yaxel. He gets hurt in the semis. He still wants to be in the game, even when y'all are dominating, to help close it out. He promised he's going to play in the championship, even if he doesn't have his best stuff. Like, he puts his future on the line for the present of the team. How do you accomplish that in a day and age when we just don't believe that players are built like that anymore?
We just have an environment where we all really, really care about each other. Now, we'll care about them in the future. We'll do anything for them, and they'll do anything for each other. So Yaxel wanted to play because there was no way he was going to leave his teammates hanging with a national championship on the line. And even Yaxel reminded me about a month ago, he said, Coach, when you recruit me, I told you I was going to come there and be an All-American. We were going to win the Big Ten, and we were going to win an NCAA championship. And I want to tell Yax, everybody says that stuff, man. I didn't even remember it. But he had, and so winning a national championship for Michigan, for his teammates, was incredibly important. He's been embraced here. Obviously, he's come a long way. He's improved, but just what he's done as far as connecting our group of being a lighthearted superstar that didn't care if he ever scored a point. I mean, that's a unicorn.
Coach, I know that you, like you said, it's right back in the crew. I read a great story. You're walking out back to the hotel for the championship game. You got over 1,000 texts, and you're combing through them looking for recruits that you can respond to. But was there a moment? Like, surely, when did you enjoy? What emotions did you feel? You've been in this thing your whole life. You've now climbed the mountaintop. Was there a moment where you basked in it a little bit?
The only time I saw some pictures on Instagram last night, and our guys in their post-game interviews, and a few of them were crying. And that's when it hit me, like, man, this really, really means something to these guys. And to see our guys going full frontal hugs on each other, and that, like, they love each other. Like, they put in a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears. And so for them to do this, that was it, because there's no time to enjoy it. I felt like at FAU, I took in the moment a little bit too much. I felt great. I thought it was cool as hell talking to Jim Nance. I thought, walking on the court was awesome. This time I looked at it as, this is a business trip. We're going to play games. This is, there's nothing more important than the 80 minutes of basketball that we're going to play. And so because of that, I probably didn't enjoy it, but I know my family and my friends and my kids and everyone else enjoyed the heck out of it. And I know I will later on.
Not even the one shining moment. Like, for me, being a Michigan fan, one shining moment's always one of my key, who doesn't love one shining moment at the end of the term? To be there, like they were trying to kick us out of our suite. I'm like, I'm not leaving till they do one shining moment. But to see it on the Jumbotron when your team, obviously, literally your team, has the nets around them, that didn't hit you a little. That, to me, was a very special moment to be able to watch that as a champion.
Yeah, that was a holy crap moment. Like, wow, this is happening, but it wasn't like the emotional where you cry or anything like that. I know, like, when the Paramount Plus, the fourth episode comes out and it shows this thing in culmination, and those guys from Religion of Sport, Dave, those guys are unbelievable. They did a great job with our guys and told a heck of a story for us. I think when I look back at that, or the games on Classics, watching it, I think it's really going to hit home, because then you'll see where these guys are after, and see the relationship that they've carried on after this place.
One more time,
Unbelievable
guys, for
run.
Coach May, guys. One more time for Coach May. Congratulations.
Everyone should be standing.
National champs.
School. He resurrected Michigan, and he's resurrected the hate. And there's nothing better when you're king of the. You know you're doing it right when everyone's coming for the throne and taking cheap shots, and that's where they're at. And it couldn't be a better place. Again, unbelievable job, Coach. And really, from the FAU to here, probably you can't even appreciate, like you said, one of the all-time stretches for any coach anywhere. So again, congratulations, North Carolina. I love how you told them go see yourself out the door. There's no place you'd rather be than in Ann Arbor. So I love it.
Dave, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Thank you, Dusty.
Dave, real quick on the way out, no Brandon Walker. Do you want to send a message to your guy?
No, well, he obviously has ducked out a couple times. He hates Michigan. He hates the success. It is what it is, but get used to it. We're not going anywhere.
There you go, guys. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Coach May. You're all the absolute best. More Wake Up Barstool. Wrapping up today's show next.
It's pretty hellish.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Liam.
Yeah, well, no, let's all standing ovation for the UCLA women's basketball.
Okay, I agree. Wait, Konnor, that's a Big Ten school.
They're not.
You
They're
just
not a
said you're a
rival.
Penn State
They're not a rival.
T-Bob is absolutely frame logging me right now.
Dave, just so you know, Liam and Konnor not stand up. KB did.
I clapped.
KB did stand up.
I can't stand up.
If
for
the Red
Michigan.
Sox lose enough games, y'all's salaries are going to be on the chop line. That's all I'm saying, dude. Y'all are on the cut line.
I didn't get a chance to thank him, but huge thank you to Dave for letting us in the suite on Saturday. It was an awesome thing.
I think you would have appreciated the gesture of clapping.
I clapped. You could go back and check the tape. I did.
I genuinely probably owe Dave at least like 50 more stand-up and claps for the trip to the suite. So
Suite was awesome.
jump how high?
Does anybody else
I
want
clapped.
to? Anybody
I was
else
no sweet.
want to brown nose Dave while we're here? I texted him in the group. Congrats on the championship, much to Brandon's chagrin. Liam did give me a stock up though. Do you want to do Lane thing? You know what? Let's do it here. Liam, I just want
Lane
your quick
thing.
reaction to this. Lane Kiffin talking after practice yesterday. Not a fan of the 9-game SEC schedule.
Main thing.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to complain about it. I was very outspoken in meetings
good in the
with the commissioner, with president's athletic directors. That was not, in my opinion, that was not a good idea until the system of how they selected teams was fixed. Until it was fixed that there were automatic bids, until it was truly fixed that a strength of schedule matters how it should, much more like basketball does. Until that's fixed, it made zero sense to me to go add another hard game, put teams on the road 5 times in this conference, which top to bottom is the hardest conference to play in and the hardest stadiums.
That's right, Konnor.
Ridiculous.
Top to bottom, hardest conference.
Absolutely ridiculous.
What? I mean, is he wrong?
Well, I was told
Because he goes
that-
on to say that 10-2 gets you in, 9-3 gets you out, and we've seen that.
I was told that I was led to believe that the more big games you have, the better it is for everyone in the sport, and and well, it doesn't seem to be for Lane.
I think that
That's just why I was led to.
I think that Lane is technically absolutely right in that a harder schedule when we've kind of established this norm of 10-2 is in, 9-3 is out is not ideal. But for me, I don't give a damn. Like good. I want you to have to play hard games. It's much more interesting from a fan perspective, and it's much more impressive than the teams that do go on the road 5 times and go 10-2. So yeah, I don't care. Like you can be right, and I can still not care and say, good, I want you to play 9 games because it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm honestly fine with it either way. It doesn't really matter to me. I think 9 games, like, yeah, I do prefer non-conference games just because from my day where my conference was playing, we were playing 9 of them things, and we were playing really great, tough games. It was phenomenal to watch.
What was that called again? The Pac something? Pac-12?
8?
Oh, the Pac-8. That's what it was, the Pac-8.
Yes.
All right, guys, we tell you to go on Twitter, #AskWub, where we answer all of your most pressing and pertinent questions. Cutthroat, who will have the biggest crash out during mini golf? Ask Wub.
I mean, we kind of saw it last night.
It's over.
Yeah, Max.
Well, Ella Griff was the first one to chuck the club, and then she stuck around for the rest of the night just to heckle people and everything because she's so mad.
The Big Boys Club group chat was popping off last night. Not happy with how the BBC was treated during Survivor Golf.
Dana was
Yeah.
knocked off early too.
Dana got screwed. Ella got
The
screwed.
blood's on my hands for Dana.
I get
That
it.
Was,
I get it. Y'all are jealous of the BBC.
No.
Many are.
I have an Ask Wub, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I do a hashtag Ask Wub?
Yeah.
What is Lane Kiffin's pickleball rating, and who is his partner?
What are we referencing?
Okay,
here?
all right.
It's a very good question.
This is some mostly sports BS.
No.
I've just been seeing. I saw a video of him playing pickleball. I was just curious how good he is.
That's a journalistic question. Also, him
how
saying-
good is he at playing pickleball?
Was he playing with good-looking women?
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Konnor very quick to trigger there.
Him saying that the SEC is also the toughest.
Plays
conference
mixed
to play.
doubles only.
He said top to bottom, Connor.
That's
But actually, the bowl record would maybe put that in question.
Exactly.
Matt Hudson, hashtag Ask Wub. How is KB after the golf course fall?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you okay?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
get
I'm
hurt
one of
yesterday?
the first golfers to bleed.
Wait, okay, so you did a Louisville Chugger Golf Edition. How many spins was that?
10 fast ones, Bob.
You were
Oh,
moving
nice
too.
putt though, dude. My God, wait, Kimmy, that's the perfect way to play that hole. Out of the spins, unreal stuff there.
Great, it was
Let's
great. I
go.
almost choked this
Great.
away. I almost choked this away. We don't need to play my part, but KB,
Man.
KB had some war paint.
Yeah, you got the blood from your elbow and you wiped it across your.
It was so sick.
We live in a fantasy world, yeah. I'm 33 and get to do that.
Oh, man. All right, next Ask Web. What up, John? Hashtag Ask Web. Speaking of jersey scarcity, will Konnor Griffin get ahead of the Angel Reese Atlanta Dream Jersey Rush? Yeah.
I noticed we didn't talk about that on the show today. That's
We
a
did it
big time
yesterday.
headline.
We did
Okay,
it
good.
yesterday.
No, I'm not getting an Angel Reese Atlanta Dream jersey.
Why?
I am still.
You're all about the Sky? You're
I
not
am
about
still
Angel?
very much a Sky fan, but I will only be going to Sky games this year where Angel Reese is in attendance. So, what?
You have a Sky fan cutoff.
What do you mean?
You will no longer be a Sky fan.
Oh, in 2030 when Philadelphia gets a team, yeah. But
Okay,
But until then, I'm a diehard Sky fan.
4 more years of fandom.
I'm a diehard Sky fan, only in the games where Angel Reese will be there, in which case I will be in attendance, but I will no longer go to Sky games in 2030.
And how many Sky games did you go to before 2026?
What's the next Ask Wub question?
And
Let's
how
get to
many
that.
of them were Angel Reese playing in last year? That you
Big
did that?
Angel. The Eastern
Oh.
Big Angel, speaking of.
Good segue.
This Eastern Conference race in the NHL playoff push is the most exciting push in recent years. Who do the boys have taking the last few stops?
Connor, go first.
Philadelphia Flyers. Huge win over the Devils last
Gritty.
night. 75% chance of making it to the playoffs.
I'm actually with Connor on this one. I'm with Boston and Philly for the last 2 spots. I think Philly's playing incredible hockey right now.
Buzzing.
The addition of Porter Martone really adds something on the offensive end. I love getting, it doesn't really matter at this point of the year, but a low-cost player, young age there for Porter Martone, really good. Trevor Zegras, resurrection.
on fire.
Hopefully, I just want to see Mishkov have a big playoff, man.
Hashtag from Sealark, wake up, or ask whatever. Hi, T-Bob. According to my bare bones research, no SEC team has made the playoffs losing 4 midweek games. LSU baseball might be soft this year. All right, we're going to see. You can tell. Okay, yeah. We're going to see. Is LSU baseball going to make the tournament?
I mean,
That ain't no problem.
Sure.
It's one thing to lose
Sure.
to Northeastern, who's had a good program, but then you go and you lose to McNeese, and you go to lose to Louisiana, who's in the bottom half of the Sun Belt. And then now Bethune-Cookman. That's tough, T-Bob. I mean, this team might be on the
Post
way
show,
out.
hey, what post show hosted by Liam Bluttman coming up next.
Standing ovation for Bethune-Cookman.
Let's go, BC. Y'all are going to see, dude. Y'all are going to see. Just wait. Jay Johnson's got something for y'all.